Recorded.
You already studied steps to develop database web applications. Steps to develop web applications. What is the first step? Steps to develop web applications. What is the first step? Create a web application folder structure. Next, create and compile web application source code. Third step, write deployment descriptor. That is web.xml file. Source code nothing but here solid program. See, first step, create a web application folder structure. Second step, create and compile web application source code, nothing but solid program. Third step, write deployment descriptor, web.xml file. Fourth step, create a WAR file, web archive. Create a WAR file, that is web application. See, steps to develop web applications. First step, create a web application folder structure. How to create folder structure I explained. Second step, create and compile web application source code, solid program. Write deployment descriptor web.xml. Create a WAR file, web archive file. Okay. Online students, is it full screen is there or not? Not full screen. Off screen or full screen? Is it visible full? Screen is visible full? Full screen. Just click on view option. Those who are not getting full screen, click on view options, click on zoom ratio, select the size. See, See, steps to develop web applications. First step, create a web application folder structure. Folder you have to create. The structure I explained. No? Second step, solid program. Third step, XML file. Fourth step, WAR file. Now, already last class I explained one diagram. Okay, I didn't save, I think. Now, see. First step, create a web application folder structure. This is I given last class. One folder name, something first tab. Okay. In this folder, one more folder, it should be web-inf. In this folder, one more folder, it should be classes. In this folder, one solid. Example, first solid. First solid.java. If you compile, you'll get a .class file. First solid.class. Here, web.xml. Web.xml. After that, we have to create WAR file. Here, something first.war. This is already written now. Okay. Now, in this folder structure, how many folders are there? Total, how many folders are there? How many folders? 3. What are those? First tab, web-inf, classes. First tab, web-inf, classes. 3 folders we have to create first. Okay. 3 folders we have to create. In that, we have to write solid program. We have to compile. After that, XML file. After that, we have to create WAR file. That is creating. Okay. Now, first of all, these 3 folders we have to create. Next, we have to write solid program. We have to compile. We'll get it. XML. Last WAR file. But what is XML? What is WAR? Why we have to create? Without creating this all, everything I'll cover. Now, until completion of first program execution process, everything, you have to wait. Okay, you should have patience. Now, these are already written. Now, I'll open command prompt. I'll open command prompt cd/year. From here onwards, I'll show you. From here onwards. So first one program without Eclipse. Second program onwards with Eclipse. Okay. We have to create 3 folders. Can we create folder here? Yes or no? Yes. What do you write? MD. Make directory. Otherwise, right click new folder, right click new folder. That is Windows operating system. At the command prompt also you can create MD first tab. See, one folder created. CD first tab. We entered into that folder. Next MD web-inf CD web-inf MD classes CD classes. Up to here, write it. First program, each and every step note down. mkdir also you can write. Instead of MD, mkdir also you can write. MD, make directory. CD, change directory. Directory nothing but folder. MD nothing but make directory. CD nothing but change directory. Directory nothing but folder. MD first step, CD first step, MD WebINF, CD WebINF, MD classes, CD classes. Three folders created. Is it over? Say MD, make directory. Directory nothing but folder. In a DOS operating system directory, Windows operating system folder. First tab folder created. CD, change directory. We entered into first tab folder, changed. Actually, current working directory C drive. We change it to first tab. Like this, here WebINF classes. Now, if you open C drive, see here first tab folder created. In this first tab, see WebINF created. In this WebINF, classes created. In these classes, empty. This folder is empty. Okay, created. Now, like this, we are writing. No, if you use Eclipse, just if you click Dynamic Web Project, all will be created in Eclipse. Like this, no need to write. Okay, with Eclipse also I'll teach. First program without Eclipse, second program onwards with Eclipse. Now, like this. After this, here CD classes, we got it in classes. Here we have to write solid program. Start notepad, write this one. First solid dot class dot Java. Start notepad first solid dot Java. Start notepad first solid dot Java. Start notepad first solid dot Java. Is it over? Start notepad first solid dot Java. Enter. See, it will ask, cannot find the first solid dot Java. Do you want to create a new file? Yes. Click on S button. Note. Click on S button. Now we are write solid program. I'll ask questions. Give me answers. With your answers, I'll write. Okay. Now, without class, can we develop application? No. So, class name, open brace, close brace. It is compulsory. Without class, we cannot develop application. That's what class name, open brace, close brace. Now don't write notes, listen and give answer. Now if I write main method in a solid program, is it executed automatically? No, because solid runs in server. Server doesn't know main method. But execution purpose, what is there? Life cycle. Life cycle. How many life cycle methods are there? 3. What are those? Init, service, destroy. When init method called by web container, first request comes to a solid. When service method called by web container, for every request. When destroy method called by web container, whenever solid instance is removed from web container. When solid instance removed, whenever web application is undeployed or server shuts down. Okay. Whenever first request comes, how many methods called? 2 methods. What are those? Init and service. Second request, service. Third request, fourth request, last request, service only. Destroy called whenever solid instance removed. Solid instance is removed whenever application undeployed or server shuts down. Okay. So these 3 life cycle methods in which interface? Solid interface. Solid interface in which package? Java x.solid package. That is up to Tomcat 9. In Tomcat 10, Jakarta.solid package. In my system, which version I installed? Tomcat 10. We are right, Jakarta solid. Okay, Jakarta.solid. See here, life cycle methods are available in solid interface. Every solid to derive life cycle, interface you have to implement. No, you have to implement. How to write? Implements solid. Solid interface in which package? Jakarta.solid. Like this. You already studied interface. What is interface? Collection of public static final variables and public abstract methods. Whenever interface is inserted in a class, then what we have to do? All methods must be overridden, or all methods must be overridden. That is one option. Or this class will be tried as abstract. All methods of an interface must be overridden, or subclass must be declared with abstract keyword. Any one we have to do. If you don't do, compile time error occurs. It is core Java concept, not advanced Java. Whenever interface is inserted, then all methods of an interface must be overridden, or subclass must be declared with abstract keyword. Otherwise, compile time error occurs. So, if we implement solid interface, we need to override all methods. Okay. How to override? We'll see. First, methods we'll see. If you want to see the methods at the command prompt, how to see methods? Java P Jakarta.solid. We can see. Okay. Don't write program. Don't write program. Say here solid. This is Java P command. With the Java P command, we can see. I'll redirect to a file. The file will open here. 5 methods are there. See. This is the interface. These all the methods are there. These all methods. See 3 methods, 5 methods are there. Now here, whenever interface is inserted, these all methods must be overridden. 5 methods we have to override. Instead of this, we have an alternative concept that I'll explain. Have written these methods in last class? No. Up to Java P command only given. Last class. Only class path setting only given. Okay. We already started program also, I think. Okay, write it. Okay, the program continuation we'll see after this one. Just here, continue this one. Write the solid methods. Program don't write. The program didn't start, no? This is didn't start. Just you write it outside this one. The methods write it. So solid interface methods. 5 methods are there. Package names I deleted. If you want, write package name also. Same package name again and again. Why instead of writing, I deleted. That's it. Again and again, Jakarta.solid is there. That is a removed. Every solid must implements Java x.solid.solid interface or Jakarta.solid.solid interface to derive life cycle. Life cycle, if you want to derive, compulsory we have to implement. If you implement this interface, how many methods compulsory to override? 5 methods compulsory to override. Okay, all methods must be overridden. Or subclass must be declared with abstract keyword. Any one required. Either override all methods or declare subclass as an abstract. If subclass as an abstract, if you declare, is it object created? No. Then life cycle is not called. So then what you have to do? All methods you have to override. Okay. But we have an alternative way. That is, I'll show you. Is it over? No. Alternative way is there. Jakarta dot Solid interface already inherited in generic solid class. This one, write it. It is interface. It is class. Here 5 abstract. It is abstract class. Here 5 abstract methods. Here one abstract method. That is service method. So Jakarta.solid. It is the interface. 5 abstract methods. Jakarta.solid.generic abstract class. One abstract method, that is service method. All methods must be overridden. Our subclass must be declared with abstract keyword. That is you learn. Now I'll explain about this class. Is it over? Now, if we inherit solid interface, 5 methods compulsory to override. But solid interface already inherited in generic solid class by vendor only. Already developed that class. That class you can inherit, no? Instead of inheriting solid interface, we can inherit generic solid. Possible or not? Multi-level inheritance. So that directly, that is you can inherit. This one also you can inherit. If you inherit this one, how many methods compulsory to override? One method. Which is best? This one is best. Even suppose you record 5. 5 you can write here. 4 not compulsory. 4 optional. 1 compulsory. But if you use that one, 5 compulsory. So implement solid interface one way. Extend generic solid one more way. If you extend generic solid also, solid interface already inherited. This again inherited. At last inherited, no? So that's what we'll choose this option. So what I'll do in the program, instead of solid, I'll write generic solid. Okay. If you implement solid, place I'll write extend generic solid because it is a class. Extend generic solid. Then how many methods compulsory to override? One method. Which method? Service method. Service method we have to override. Just now you have seen service method. Service method. This method we have to override because only this is abstract method in generic solid. See, Java P Jakarta dot solid dot generic solid. Here you observe. Here abstract class generic solid. Here only one abstract method is there, that is service. Remaining all non-abstract. You observe. Here only abstract keyword. Here abstract keyword is there other places? No. See, there is no abstract. It is abstract class generic solid. Okay. Here only one abstract method is there. One abstract method. This is we have to override. Overriding. If public is there in superclass, while overriding, What we have to write? Public. Superclass public is there. Subclass what we have to write? Public. Superclass protected is there. Subclass protected. Public can I write? Access modifier rule you studied, no? What is the access modifier rule for overriding? How many access modifiers are there? 4. What are those? Public, private, protected, default. That means no name. Without specifying access modifier also, one type of access modifier. That is no name. That is default. Access modifier rule for overriding. Overriding rule I'm asking. Overriding rule. While overriding a method, access modifier rule I'm asking. Same access modifier or less restrictive access modifier. You studied, no? Overriding method can have same access modifier or less restrictive access modifier. In 4 access modifier, which is more restrictive? Private. Next, default. Next, protected. Next, public. While overriding, same access modifier valid, less restrictive valid. Suppose superclass public is there. Subclass what we can write? Public only we can write. Superclass protected is there. Subclass protected also we can write. Public also we can write. Superclass default is there. Subclass default valid, protected valid, public valid. Less, same valid, less valid, more not valid. Superclass public is there. Subclass what we can write? Public only we can write. Protected is there. Protected or public. Default is there. Default, protected or public. Private is there. All valid. Overriding not possible. Private methods cannot be overridden because private members cannot be inherited. Private members cannot be inherited because scope is within the class. That's what not possible. Now public is there. What we can write here? Public only we can write. Okay. After that, return type. Return type what is there? Void. So void. Return type void. Void only outright. Return type rule also is there, no? What is the return type rule? Core Java or Advanced Java this is? Core Java. Return type rule. Return type must be same except covariant return type. Return type must be same except covariant return type. Covariant return type means subclass type. Subclass type as a return type valid. Superclass type not valid. Okay. These are core Java questions only. Now, here return type void. Now void is there. Void we have to write. Next service. Next it will take servlet request, servlet response. Will it throw exception? How do you know? Throws keyword. Servlet exception, IO exception. Are these checked exceptions or unchecked exception? Checked exception. Is it mandatory to handle? If you don't handle, what will happen? Compile time error occurs. So I'll write try catch. Can I write exception? Yes, it will handle all the exception. Okay. Now here implicitly which method called? Which method? ToString. Which class ToString? Which class? Throwable class ToString called to get error message. Okay. Here can I write out? We can write out also we can write, but out for output message, ER for error message. Error message redirection not required. That's what we'll go for error. Now, this is service method overridden. Okay. Now, service method overridden. After overriding, this is our first program. So what we are going to do here, program is, after creating war file in a server, after creating a war file, what we'll do is here, Tomcat web server, here browser, will deploy that war file, first.war. First.war will deploy. From browser window, what I'll do, I'll send URL to execute the program. There is no need, right? I'll give later. From this, I'll send the request. Then response comes, welcome. That is only our task, first program. Only welcome. It is just welcome program. Later, one by one, I'll add. Okay. So we'll create war file, we'll deploy in server. I'll send request, then output comes welcome. This is only our task. Here, this is request, this is response. Okay. Now that's the reason service method parameters. You observe. Servlet request, servlet response. Servlet request interface, it will receive request from the client. Servlet response interface, it will send the response to a client. That's what service method is responsible for receiving request, sending response. Service method is responsible. Okay. Now, here, servlet request, servlet response. Receiving request, sending response. Suppose one application, suppose this application is there. Here, in this example, hall ticket number is a request. In this example, hall ticket number is a request and the result is a response. But now welcome program, response is welcome only. Request is nothing. Request is dummy. But here request is all ticket number. But in this program, present welcome program, no request, response only is there. That's what I'm not using this one now. Only I'm using this one. We are sending just a welcome message. Okay. For that, servlet response library required. Jakarta dot servlet response. For sending response, streams required. Two methods are there. The two methods required. Alright, these two methods. Just I'll remove package name. Now get output stream method if we call, you'll get a servlet output stream. Get writer method if we call, print writer. Sending response server to browser, stream required. See, this is our task. After creating war file, we'll deploy. After creating war file, we are going to deploy the war file. Something first.war. First.war, it is web client. It is web server. From client to server, we'll send the request through browser. See, from year to year, it is called request. This request is called HTTP request. About HTTP also notes I'll give. HTTP request. From year to year, response is called HTTP response. It is HTTP response. HTTP response here. Now what server is doing? It is sending welcome message. For sending welcome message, stream required. So one stream created. Stream nothing but data flow. Like this, data comes. So from server to browser, stream created. The stream comes here. Then output welcome message printed. So this is nothing but stream. This is nothing but stream. Stream means flow of data, data flow. That getting a stream only, you can use get output stream method. You can use get writer. If you use get output stream, servlet output stream comes. Get writer, print writer stream comes. What's the difference between servlet output stream and print writer? What's the difference between servlet output stream, print writer? It is not advanced Java, core Java question. Byte stream, character stream. Which is byte stream, which is character stream? What is that? Servlet output stream is byte stream or character stream? Print writer? How do you know? How do you know that is byte stream, this is character stream? You guessed it? It is matched. What is? How do you know? I explained already. Servlet output stream is byte stream. Yes. Print writer is character stream. How do you know that is byte stream? This is character stream. I'm not getting. If the class name ends with stream, that is byte stream. If the class name ends with reader, writer, that is character stream. With that you can identify. So it is byte stream, it is character stream. Write this one also. Diagram also write it now. Byte stream, it is character stream. Byte stream, character stream. If any class name ends with stream, that is byte stream. If the class name ends with reader, writer, that is character stream. Is it over? Now give me answer. What's the difference between byte stream, character stream? Byte stream, difference between byte stream, character stream. Byte stream will transfer bytes, character stream will transfer characters. That is right only, but I am asking main difference. Byte stream will transfer bytes only. Character stream will transfer characters only. That is 100% right. But I want main difference. What is it? It is 1 byte, 2 bytes. Size also. Byte will occupy 1 byte. Character will occupy 2 bytes. All types of data. Byte stream handles all types of data, text, image, graphics, animation, audio, video, everything. But character stream, only text. Recently studied Blob Club while teaching Blob Club. So byte stream handles all types of data, text, image, graphics, animation, audio, video, morphing, everything. Character stream, only text. Okay. Recently studied. In Advanced Java also you studied. Core Java also you studied. Core Java streams also I taught. Now, here, first of all, we are sending welcome message. Which stream you have to use? Can I use byte stream? Possible or not? Possible. Character stream? Possible. Now, for welcome purpose, any stream you can use. But what is the difference? Conversion required. Which one conversion required? Byte stream. Otherwise, ASCII numbers printed. W ASCII code, E ASCII code, like that. That's what conversion required. Here, character stream conversion not required. Like that we use. Okay. Byte stream, character stream, that's the difference. Byte stream supports all types of data. Character stream supports only text. Okay. But if you want to use text, you can use byte stream, character stream, any stream. Okay. But other than text is there, compulsory byte stream. Okay. Now welcome message purpose will go for this method. Now get writer method we have to call. Get writer method, instance method or class method? Instance method. How many ways to access? What are those? Object reference. Now this method in which interface? Servlet response. Can we create object? No. That is, we are not creating object, but here we'll get a reference. Servlet response. We are writing something res, no? Here example, catch block. Catch block E I am writing. But what is E? Object reference. But are we creating exception object? No. Who will create exception object? JVM creates. When it will create? If exception occurs, creates. If exception occurs, creates and it will pass. It will receive. Here also, when request comes, request created, response created by web container. That notes I'll give further. After completion of first program, very depth I'll give. Now, whenever servlet request comes, no, request response automatically created. Because here exception, whenever exception occurs, created, no, like that here created. That's what, no need to create by us. Now this res, with this res, we can call this method. With this res, we can call this method. We'll get a return type print writer. What we have to write? Complete line. Print writer, something pw equal to response dot get writer. Okay. With this print writer, we can write println method. Welcome to solids. It is not system.out.println. pw.println. pw is a print writer reference. Print writer is created with response. Response is constructed with request. It is server to browser stream, not system.out.println. Okay. See, print writer.println. Print writer is created with response. Response is constructed from request. From wherever request comes, there one stream created. That stream, it is internet stream. Not you studied three types of streams, no? Three categories of streams. What are those? Three categories of streams you studied. Console input output streams. Next, file input output streams. Next, network input output stream. It is internet, network of networks. Okay. So print writer created with response. Response constructed with request. So from wherever request comes, for that created, for that stream created. Now from wherever request comes, suppose here, suppose I'll open browser. In a browser window, I'm sending request to Google. Then what is happened? From my system to Google system, request passed. Where is Google? Is it in Hyderabad? It is in Google, either US. It in US. Sub servers are there in India also. Okay. Now main server is in US. My request passed Hyderabad to US. From USA to Hyderabad, again response came. With that response, this is came. Okay. So server to here, one stream created, no? That stream. Server to browser, one stream created. You already studied how many types of web applications are there? Two types. What are those? Static web application, dynamic application. Now, is it static or dynamic? Static. Static web application, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Browser. Is it running in my system or server system? Is it running in local system or server system? Local system. In my system running. Whenever request comes to static web application, what server will do? Sends a program to a browser. That program, can I see? Right click, view page source. That program we can see. This program came through stream. This program came from server to browser, USA to Hyderabad. One stream created. Through stream, data traveled. This data. Like that. Like that, what we have to do here in this program, in our program. In our program here, this print writer created from server to browser created. Server to browser, welcome to solids comes. I'm sending welcome to solids now. Later that type of code also will transfer. Okay. So print writer is created whenever request. Print writer is created with response. Response is constructed whenever request comes. From wherever request comes, there one stream created. Through stream, I am sending welcome to solid. That can be Hyderabad to US also. That can be Bangalore to Hyderabad also. Anywhere worldwide, any corner to any corner possible. So server to browser, streams created. Through streams, data traveled. Stream nothing but flow of data from source to destination. Source can be anywhere, destination can be anywhere. Okay. Like this stream created. Print writer class available in IO package. Is it required to import? Yes. Like this created. Now, this service method, is it instance method or class method? Service method, instance method, or class method? Instance method. How do you know? There is no static. How many ways to access? What are those? Which class object required? Service is method name. Which class object required? Which class? First servlet object required. First servlet object who will create? We are not creating, already notes are given. First servlet class object created by web container. I am not creating. For creating object, this class must be public. That notes are given. No? Every servlet must be public because it should be accessible to web container to create object to call lifecycle methods. Notes every point important only. If you forget, you cannot understand. Okay. See, here, every servlet must be public because it should be accessible to web container. For what purpose? To create object. What purpose object? To call lifecycle method. So this class must be public. Otherwise, what will happen? Program successfully compiled, but object is not created while running. Object is not created means service method not called. Exception comes. Instantiation exception. The class is not accessible. Then object is not created. If object is not created, lifecycle is not called. That's what. Okay. This is one first program. Don't write. I'll ask questions. Give me answer. One more time I'll write. Okay. We are most important. So because Java made for internet application. Internet application is the first program. Okay. Now I'll ask questions. Give me answer once again. Now, without class, can we develop application? So first what did I write? Class. Class name? First servlet. Now, if I write main method, is it executed? No. Why? Servlet runs in server. Server doesn't know main method. But execution purpose, what is there? Life cycle. How many life cycle methods are there? What are those? Init method, when it is called? Service method? Destroy method? Servlet instance removed. When servlet instance removed? Web application undeployed or server shuts down. Okay. Whenever first request comes, how many methods called? Two methods. What are those? Second request, third request, last request. When destroy called? Servlet instance removed. When it is going to be removed? Whenever application undeployed or server shuts down. In that situation called. Okay. These three methods in which interface? Servlet interface. To derive life cycle, what we have to write? Implements servlet. If you implement servlet, how many methods mandatory to override? 5 method. Any alternative way is there? Yes. What is that? Generic servlet. If you insert generic servlet, how many method mandatory? One method. Which method? Service method. So that's what? Generic servlet. Okay. Now, if you extend generic servlet, how many method mandatory? One method. Which method? Service method. Public void service. Servlet request. Servlet response. Will it throw exception? Yes. How to handle? Try and catch blocks. Can I write exception? Yes. It will handle all the exception. Okay. Now try and catch blocks. After this, for sending response, for sending welcome message, stream required. Streams, two streams are there. Byte stream, character stream. What is the byte stream class name? Servlet output stream. Character stream class name? Print writer. Can I use servlet output stream? Can I use print writer? Which one is best? Print writer. For getting print writer, which method you have to call? Get writer. Get writer method in which interface? Solid response. What is the return type of that method? Print writer. Response dot get writer. With this print writer, I'm sending welcome message. Println welcome to solids. Okay. Now generic solid class in which package? Is it required import? Yes. Jakarta dot solid dot star. Print writer class in which package? Is it required import? Yes. Import java dot io dot star. Now service method, instance method or class method. How many ways to access? What are those? Which class object required? First solid object required. First solid object who will create? Web container creates. For creating object, this class should be accessible. No? Then what we are write? Public. So public required. Okay. See what will be happen. See, first of all, whenever first request comes for this class object created automatically by web container. After creating object, it will search for init method. Init method not there, but it is there in the super class. That is called. After that, service method called. Then automatically request response constructed. With that response, one stream created. Through that stream, welcome to solid, pass it to browser. Then you'll get output. When second request comes, directly service called. Again stream created, welcome to solid. Third request comes, only service called. With this, welcome to solids. So all people welcome to solid comes. Now, this is first program. Write this program, file, save. Now, write this program. So until completion of first program execution process and explanation, you should have a patience. You will get a doubts. I'll accept. I'll clarify all your doubts after completion of first program execution process. Already I told you it will take 3 days time. So tomorrow also it will take. Today also it will not complete. So first program, word by word, each and everything you should know. Second program onward, same procedure. Is it over? I'll ask some more questions. Give me answer. IO package, what purpose I imported? Which class? Print writer. IO package for print writer. Servlet package, generic servlet, servlet request, servlet response. 3. Generic servlet also is there. Servlet request also, servlet response also. This is for print writer class. This is for generic servlet class, servlet request interface, servlet response interface. Okay. Why it should be a public? This class should be accessible to web container. What purpose? To create object. For what object? What purpose? To call life cycle methods. Because life cycle methods are instance methods. Object required. But previous program main method we are writing. Main method, is it object required? Main method calling object required? No. Why it is not required? Main method is static method. It doesn't require. But these are non-static. Object required. For creating object, class should be accessible. That's what public. Now extend generic servlet. What purpose? To derive life cycle. To derive life cycle. But actually deriving life cycle purpose interface required. But we are using generic servlet. How interface denoted here? Generic servlet super interface is servlet interface. That is denoted in generic servlet. Generic servlet denoted in first servlet. At last denoted multi-level inheritance. Okay. Now servlet request, it is going to receive request. Servlet response, it is going to send response. That's what request response parameters. It will handle the request, it will handle the response. With that response, stream created. The stream is print writer. With that, welcome to servlet transfer. This program we have to compile. This program we have to compile. File, save. After this, this is actually where we are working. First step, WebINF classes. Here we written. Here we written the program. Here we have to compile. Java C first servlet dot Java. Then successfully compiled. That step also not done. Compilation. Compilation not done. These notes already shared in Google Classroom. You can check it out. If you are getting errors, means the error screenshots also is shared. If the error comes, what you have to do also, I given screenshot. For Java P errors also, I given screenshots. In a PDF file, screenshots are there. You can check it. Is it over? After this, we have to write XML file. XML file in which folder we have to write? WebINF. We have to come back. CD 2 dots. It will come back. Here, start notepad web.xml. Note on. CD 2 dots means one directory, it will come back. After that, start notepad web.xml. XML file we have to write. Today class, XML file you cannot understand. Whatever I'm going to write, that is as it is, write it. Tomorrow class I'll explain about that. Start notepad web.xml. Whatever I'm going to write now, as it is, write it. Is it over? See, start notepad web.xml, then web.xml file. See, cannot find the web.xml file. Do you want to create a new file? Yes, click on S button. After that, this is write it as it is. I'll explain this one tomorrow. Just write it as it is. Write it. What is this? Why this? Tomorrow class. If any small mistake is there in the XML, Solid program also will not work. If any mistake is there. Like this, as it is, write it. File, save. If any mistake happened in XML, Solid program also will not work. Write clearly. As it is, write it. If you do any mistake, Solid program also will not work. Web app, solid name, solid class, solid mapping, solid name, URL pattern. Okay. Tomorrow I'll continue. It is not completed. Okay, it is not completed. Tomorrow I'll continue. Outright again. 1 minute. Yeah. XML file, tomorrow you'll understand. Tomcat 10 successfully showing error empty folder. That means maybe some other location installed. Fatima, just you check it where it is installed. Uh, PDF files I shared in Google Classroom. You can check it out. Empty folder means that is maybe some other location installed. You have to check it out. Classes are 5 abstract methods. So 5 classes and concrete methods also will be there. Abstract class contains abstract methods and concrete methods. Just 1 minute, wait again. Package contains classes and interfaces. Yes. Abstract classes. Package contains abstract classes, interfaces, concrete classes. Yes. Yeah, you can leave the meeting. Cannot start showing means it is not installed properly. Request you'll understand tomorrow. Request you'll understand tomorrow. Class path I given yesterday. You check the notes also. I shared in Google Classroom. Screenshots also I shared. In PDF files, screenshots also are there. Yeah, Eclipse also I'll teach. Tomorrow onwards, every day Eclipse only I'll teach. Don't worry. Tomcat, if you are getting server startup, Kranti Kumar, server startup in milliseconds means your Tomcat is working. Kamlesh, request you'll understand further. Manager app Poonam, manager app button in a Tomcat homepage appears. Hemant, Saulet request, Saulet response will understand in further classes. Web meaning internet only, web connected, all connected, connected like a web. Sravanti, program you'll understand tomorrow. Tomorrow, wait, one more day you wait. Karan, you are getting that open brace means that is braces related error. Subclass overriding not there. Overriding methods will be there. Fatima, you check PDF files I shared with Google Classroom with the screenshots. Vishnu Sagar, so implements means Solid interface, extends means Genix Solid. Core Java you studied, no? Extends means class, extends class. Interface extends interface. Class implements interface. Sai Teja. Many times I explained that concept. Public required, otherwise how it is accessible? Tomcat if install Sitambaram. Yeah, D drive also can install. Open D drive program files. Print writer, everything I'll explain. Vishnu Sagar, one day you wait. Poonam, one day you wait. You'll understand. Shirisha, after git page not found means first you have to start server no server console without opening server console. If you type page not found comes. Sagar, what is web container nodes you refer? 3 days web container explain. No? Web container is a part of web server application server. Object is created by web container. Why generic solid? Today class I explained no Vishnu Sagar. 5 method. If you implement solid interface, 5 methods you have to override. Instead of that, we selected generic solid. Web meaning what is there? Web like a this is web. This is web. All networks connected together like this. Internet. That is web. Already explained that is also. After changing port number, Poonam, after changing port number, first you restart the server. Akil, apart from overriding interface method, what are the other ways, sir? Example, subclass, learn core Java. You studied, no? This advanced Java class, this type of questions, if I ask, say, Akil, what you are asking? What's the difference between print writer, get writer? Get writer is method, print writer is class. Learn core Java. Web full form is not there, Madhavi. Web full form is not there. World www full form is there, World Wide Web. Web full form is not there. Current access denied means you have to open notepad with you have to open notepad, you have to open command prompt with run as administrator. After setting, because after setting class path also you are getting error means that is your mistake only. Akil, you wait one day you wait, you will understand. In tomorrow class you'll understand. I already told 3 days it will take to explain. Is it over? Any other doubts? Notes check in Google Classroom. Google Classroom notes is for common to all, not same. System.out.println is different and pw.println is different. Print writer means server to browser created. Shiva, what you are asking, just you think yourself. System.out.println console stream and pw. Durga Devi, just turn off your video. We'll see continuation tomorrow.